What it do? Bedtime crew. Hey man, listen, today I was just bumping that new Leangelo ball and I was thinking about the upcoming UFC 2025 schedule, and you may be thinking, oh, my eyes deceiving me. No, your eyes do not deceive you. There will be UFC fight nights taking place not in the Apex in 2025. And I'm excited about this, and I want to matchmake some UFC events that I feel we need and I feel would be very, very exciting on the 2025 schedule. And I also feel these are very doable and very realistic. Because I don't know about you guys, but I'm sick of the fucking Apex, dude. I'm sick of the blobs. I'm sick of the fucking jabronis, dude. I'm sick of the women's main events. I'm sick of the fucking unranked middleweight main events. So I'm here to build some bangers. I'm going to flesh out the London card and the Mexico card that you can see on screen, and then I'm going to add some events of my own that I want to see in 2025. Let's get into this, dude. First one that we're going to fix is the London card, all right? Not that much to change. I just want to give it an extra fight and a main event and talk a little bit about the bout order. So for this London card, I feel like the best opener that has been made already is Alonzo Menafield versus Umar Sy, all right, dude? Couple of light heavyweight NPCs going at it. Ranking on the line, likely to be a finish very early on. I think this is a no-brainer to open up that card, get the crowd amped up, get the crowd excited. Your options otherwise are fucking Molly McCann versus Pujar Tomar, bro. So I feel like this is a pretty good option to open up that card. And I'm going to try and make this main card and the rest of these main cards names that are exciting, that are realistic, but we're not just spamming fucking NPCs that are from the country on the main card, all right, dude? Speaking of NPCs from the UK, Mick Porkin, you know, he's a great fighter, but I think Marcin Tybura is even greater, you know? This is a tough fight. I just realized the other day what it is about Mick Porkin that I don't really trust as a prospect, and I don't want to, like, world break this for anyone, but is this not literally just British Chris Dawkins? Come on, man. Come on, dude. This is literally just Chris Dawkins in British edition, bro. Am I fucking wrong? This is a blob, quick man. I was about to say thick. A quick man with fast hands that like has some level of skill. This is literally Chris Dawkins. What are we doing, bro? Mick Porkin is officially fighting the GOAT, Marcin Tybura. I think this is a great fight for the main card. It probably will be on the main card. Knowing the actual UFC, this will be the co-main event. It will be 5 rounds for no apparent reason. But for me, I'm going to put this as the second fight of the card. Another one that is probably going to be a finish. Either Mick Porkin will finish Marcin Tybura, or Tybura will walk him down, drag him into the mud pit, drag him into the pigsty, and, you know, we know what comes next. If you watch him fight Tybura, Tuivasa, excuse me, you know what comes next if you go into the pigsty with Marcin Tybura. So I think that he's going to be a very tough fight for Mick Porkin. I'm going to put that as the second fight of the card. And now I want to add a very high-level featured fight to this card. A name that 110% should be on the main card of this event. It's not going to be Paddy Pimblett, because I do believe that Paddy Pimblett versus Michael Chandler, or even Paddy Pimblett versus Dan Hooker, that's going on a pay-per-view. I hate to break it to anybody that's like matchmaking this shit, or like in the comments like, dude, this is so, dude, your card's trash, mine's way better. I got Michael Chandler versus Pimblett, Leon versus Bilal 2. I've got fucking Lerone Murphy versus Guy. I'm just letting you know right now, the US, like, this is a fight night. It's headlined by Leon Edwards, confirmed. Jan Blachowicz versus Carlos Ulberg's probably going to be the fucking co-main event. You're not getting Paddy Pimblett also on this card. He will be on UFC 313 or UFC 314. I promise you, bro. So the best I can do for a featured fight, be a good fight. I'm pretty excited about fighting Josh Emmett. You know, he hasn't been around for about 20 years, but, you know, it'd be good to fight him in the comeback. I think Arnold Allen versus Josh Emmett is a badass fight. I know that we're talking about rumors for Diego Lopez versus Josh Emmett. I'm here to tell you right now, that makes no sense. I'm not doing that. That doesn't make any sense. I'm not doing it, dude. I think Josh Emmett versus Arnold Allen is a lot more logical. They're both coming off wins. They're both right next to each other in the rankings. The winner of this, yes, can go up and fight a Diego Lopez. Can go up and fight Volk if he loses to Topuria in the rematch, you know? God forbid, you know, Volk, I'll fucking train with him. He's a bit of a legend, but if he doesn't get that jab going, he's going to be coming down fighting the winner of this. So I think Allen versus Emmett is a lot more reasonable, a lot more realistic, and it fits very well on this card. I'm going to say Josh Emmett should return from his fucking hibernation slumber against Arnold Allen, all right? Like I said before, the co-main event, I would do Jan Blachowicz versus Carlos Ulberg as the co-main event. I think that's a really sick fight, very important to the light heavyweight division. We all love Jan Blachowicz, so I feel like this is a great fight that has some name value. It's exciting, it's important. This should be the co-main event. I don't really feel the need to explain that. That's what it should be. And in the main event, I was kind of like not sure if it was gonna happen, but listen, dude, I'm just gonna be real. Listen, kid, Jack Della Maddalena. I saw that we have gone bold. We have gone officially bold. The JDM title run continues with this fight. He will be KOing Leon Edwards out cold in the UK. I'm sorry, Leon. We just have to cold you, bro. That's just what has to happen in the main event. Leon versus JDM is a sick main event. We know JDM's not fighting on that abomination Australia card. By the way, what the fuck is up with 312, bruh? Right now, it's looking like the featured fight's about to be Justin Taffer, dude. What are they doing with that 312 card? Because we don't have Volk. We don't have JDM now. We don't have Urseg. I just got booked against fucking Asu Almabayev. Don't know who the fuck that is. What are we doing, man? So the only silver lining is hopefully that means we are getting Leon versus JDM as the main event. If the main event of this is Leon versus Sean Brady, I don't want to ever hear about how bro, bedtime, you don't know what you're talking about. You're not a good matchmaker. I don't ever want to hear that again, bro. Because literally, who the fuck wants to see Sean Brady versus Leon Edwards? JDM versus Leon Edwards is a very exciting matchup. It's winnable for JDM. It is winnable for Leon Edwards via his wrestling, but I believe that JDM would win this by KO. And we would get a new top contender fighting for the belt. So that is my UFC London card headlined by Leon versus JDM. Really not that much to add. Like, I just added Allen versus Emmett and Leon versus JDM. I think that's a perfectly acceptable, perfectly reasonable fight night for London. Now, let's move on to UFC Mexico, which has been announced at the end of March. Doesn't have a main event. Only big fight on the card is Kelvin Fatselem versus Joe Turn Off the Body Cam Pfeiffer. I'm going to build that card, man. I'm going to build that card. And opening up that main card, as I mentioned, we will be seeing KG, Kelvin Missing Weight Gastelum. This guy gave up on the welterweight title run to go back to Taco Bell against Joe Turn Off the Body Cam Pfeiffer, bro. Someone is getting fucking folded in this matchup. I think this is the perfect type of fight to open up the main card of a fight night with a huge crowd in Mexico City. I do feel like this is a very exciting matchup. I'm looking forward to it. I actually think Kelvin Gastelum could do good in this fight. Like, we're not gonna sit here and fucking pretend like Joe Pfeiffer did not get completely outschooled by Jack Hermanson 2 fights ago. So I think this is winnable for Kelvin Gastelum, but I could also see him getting submitted somehow. So I'm looking forward to this. I'm gonna put it as my opener to my Mexico fight night. This is going to be a big card, man. Like, we're going to have some ranked fighters top to bottom. We're going to stack it a little bit because they're not doing another Noche UFC pay-per-view. So I feel like you got to show them some love with the card that they get. And UFC fucking loves Mexico. They will stack it, dude. So next fight on the card, I want to do Yair Rodriguez versus Lerone Murphy, bruv. Now, you may be wondering, oh, bedtime, why isn't Lerone Murphy on the UK card? What the fuck has Lerone Murphy, bruv? 35 years of age, prospect. This guy's a grown-ass man becoming a prospect in the UFC. Literally 33 years old. Older than Yair, older than Ilya, older than Max Holloway. What the fuck has this guy done to deserve being on the main card of a fucking UK fight night? Like, get Yair Rodriguez in your hometown, or get Josh Emmett in your hometown. I don't think he deserves that, bro. I think he deserves a big fight up the division against one of those guys, but not in the fucking UK, bro. We can't just spam NPCs from one country on the whole main card, bro. Let's get some good fights in other places, man. Let's give Yair Rodriguez some home court advantage. He's on a losing streak, so the Lerone Murphy fight makes sense. Winnable for him. I think Yair Rodriguez would win this. So that's why another reason why I've opted to put it in Mexico as opposed to in the UK. But yeah, man, you know, you never know with Lerone Murphy. This guy's a hot, young prospect in the UFC. He's only young. He's 33 years young. He's taken out some old heads of the division like Dan Ige. I mean, Dan Ige's 33, so we got to get him out of the rankings. And I think this is a big step up for a young lad like Lerone Murphy. Very exciting featherweight fight for the main card of this card, man. All right, that was a Colby Covington level fucking mumble mouth moment, dude. All right, let's talk about the featured fight of this card. I'm sorry to say this, bro. I'm sorry to do this to you, but I got to do it, bro. WMMA, brother. But it's Alexa Grasso. Come on, bro. Come on, man. That's not too bad. I'm gonna put my hand around you, bro. Come on, man. Come on, bro. It's not that bad, dude. Alexa Grasso versus Natalia Silva. That's a badass fight. Number 2 versus number 5. Winner of this is getting a title shot. The UFC loves Alexa Grasso. We love Alexa Grasso. Mexico obviously loves her. I think this is a no-brainer fight that will be on this Mexico fight night. They will definitely put Alexa Grasso on that card. Like, isn't it that's another, man, why the fuck, bro? Why the fuck does Australia, we don't get JDM or Volk, but Mexico, I know for a fact they're getting Yair, Grasso, they're gonna call up fucking Cain Velasquez out of retirement. Like, what the fuck, man? Why do they get the Sphere, dude, and we get fucking Justin Tough on the main card? No disrespect, don't KO me brutally. Alright, why do we get Anshel Jubilee on the main card against Salkild, bro? What the fuck, man? So, listen, Mexico, be happy with this card. You get Alexa Grasso as the featured fight. And now, co-main event and main event. There's very obviously 2 names that you put on this card as the co-main and the main. You put Diego Lopez in the main event, not against Josh Emmett, no one cares. You put Brandon Moreno on this card as the co-main event. I think that Brandon Moreno versus Henry Cejudo makes a lot of sense, is a big fight, is a fun fight. You can do it at flyweight, you can do it at bantamweight. It doesn't really matter. It really doesn't matter where you do this fight because these are 2 guys that are big name former champions that people care about, that want to see them fight. They have some beef, they have some history between them. It is an interesting and exciting matchup. It's winnable for both of these guys, but they're both completely locked out of the title picture, bro. Like, Brandon Moreno is not getting a 15th title shot, bro. Henry Cejudo. Listen, dude. Listen, man. I think it's gonna be a hard sell, dude. Honestly, when you lose to Merab and you lose to Aljo, dude, I don't think you're getting a title shot, man. Seriously, I don't think you are, dude. I think you're gonna have to find the co-main, dude. Henry Cejudo versus Brandon Moreno, 5-rounder. If you do it at flyweight, you can do it to Cejudo. Like, bro, if you win this, we'll give you a title shot against Pantoja. That's a big fight as well. Brandon Moreno, if he beats Henry Cejudo, that's a big win. Maybe he can move up to bantamweight and fight somebody else. Like, I don't know, Figueiredo again. Not Figueiredo again, Jesus Christ. But, you know, he can move up and fight some big names, or he can get a title shot at flyweight if things get bad. I think this is a fun fight. It makes sense for where both these guys are at in their career. And the biggest thing, too, is there's like a beef and there's like a storyline here. So, and Henry Cejudo is like disavowed Mexico. So this is like a hero versus villain storyline that I'm cooking here, dude. I think Brandon Moreno versus Henry Cejudo is a sick fight. And in the main event, really the only fight that we should be doing with Diego Lopez, if not Volk, is Movsar Evloev. We need this fight 5 rounds edition on full camp. I want to see who wins, bro. I really want to see this fight again, 5 rounds. It was very exciting the first time because of Diego Lopez. Movsar Evloev had some cool moments, but really it's his style versus, holy shit, Lopez is like throwing up subs. You rocked him. Like, Lopez is always going to be exciting to watch, especially early on. I want to see him go 5 rounds against someone that's going to be very difficult to beat in Movsar Evloev. Defend takedowns, you know, land clean shots, not gas out. This is a very, very important fight at featherweight. The winner of this is 100% getting a title shot. And this is the type of fight that maybe Movsar Evloev gets a finish, bro. I think either of these guys over 5 rounds, we will either see Lopez gas out and get ground and pound TKO'd, or we'll see Lopez submit Movsar Evloev in like round 2 or round 3. That's what I think, bro. I think this is a sick main event. One of the best main events the UFC could make in any division, on any card, let alone in Mexico City with those vibes going crazy. I think a card with Alexa Grasso and Diego Lopez and Brandon Moreno versus Cejudo, that's a sick fight night. And this is the type of stuff I feel is completely able to be done by the UFC. Like, especially if this is at the end of March. That makes sense for all of these guys. So let's hopefully see Diego Lopez versus Movsar Evloev in Mexico. Sorry, my bad. I was about to say Brazil, dog. My fault, bro. Now, this next card that I'm going to build, all right? We're going to do this for April, and I'm going to say this is going to be in Texas. I was going to do Florida again, but they're going to Miami apparently in April, so let's not double stack that up. I'm going to do a fight night in Texas. We're going to put some bangers on this card. And opening it up, dude, I want to see Ludovic Klein versus Mateus Rebecki, bro. I think this is a sick fight at lightweight. 2 of the most exciting, up-and-coming, like about to be ranked guys in the lightweight division. And when I look at this picture, bro, are these not the 2 dudes at open mats that just be fucking you up, bro? I swear to God, bro, if anybody else has been training over these fucking holidays, are these not the 2 dudes that like tap and bump and they just fuck you up at an open mat? Do they not look exactly like those dudes? Like, they're just brown belts? That's literally what this fight looks like to me. I feel like this would be an absolute scrap on the feet. Grappling exchange would be pretty crazy. This is the type of fight that hardcores can get excited about, to tune in on ESPN and watch the main card open up. Let's do Ludovic Klein versus Mateus Rebecki to open up that card in Texas. Now, for the second fight on the card, I want to sprinkle in some Texan UFC fighters while also making exciting matchups, not emptying the clip with ranked fighters. This one's not going to be as many ranked guys, but it's going to be very exciting. Second fight on the card, dude. Title run starting here, boys. Title run starting here. For who? I don't know. I'll let you decide in the comments whether this is the start of the Yanez or the Garbrandt title run, but either way, title run will be starting now. I wanted to save this fight for like when Cody Garbrandt won back the bantamweight title when he beat Figueiredo. Unfortunately, Figueiredo fluked a submission over him. So now we're going to have to put this on the second fight of a fight night card. It's unfortunate. You know, it is what it is. I wanted this to headline UFC 310 for the bantamweight title, but, you know, we make do with what we've got. So let's put together Adrian Yanez versus Cody Garbrandt right now. Banger boxing. Sick fight. We all love both of these guys, so it's kind of win-win. As much as it's sad that one of them has to lose, one of them's going to be coming off a win. I think this is a really cool fight to make in the bantamweight division. Let's do Adrian Yanez versus Cody Garbrandt. Maybe the winner can fight Peyton Talbot before he moves up to fight Petr Yan in his only ranked fight. I think Yanez versus Garbrandt is a sick fight, dude, all right? Now, for my featured fight in Texas, I got to get another guy from the area. I want to get Jeff Neal versus Michael Morales. 4-ounce boxing match. Please sign me the fuck up for this. I feel like every matchmaking video I'm talking about how Jeff Neal is so sick and Michael Morales is so sick. It's just true, bruh. Like, this is a sick fight, man. This is a sick boxing match in the welterweight division. Number 10 versus number 13. You could literally put these two with anybody. Like, don't take this as like me definitively saying, oh, let's do Jeff Neal versus Michael Morales. I've done other videos where I've said Morales versus Luque. I think that'd be sick. I think Jeff Neal versus Gilbert Burns would be sick. I think Burns versus Morales would be sick. I think either of these guys versus Carlos Prates would be sick. However you want to fucking slice it, Jeff Neal versus somebody exciting at welterweight, put that as the featured fight on this card. Boom. There you go. You're sorted, all right? I've just gone with Michael Morales for an example here, but you can fill in the blank, put whoever you want, dude, all right? Now, co-main event. This was a hard one, dude, because at first, I'm not going to lie, I just kind of NPC match made it, and I was just like, oh yeah, let's do Derek Lewis versus Shamil Gaziev. Great fight, right? I don't know if the UFC Octagon could withstand Derek Lewis and Shamil Gaziev being in the same cage, but I feel like that's boring, man. Like, Derek Lewis is always beating up these fucking NPC blobs. Like, you know, Shamil Gaziev would absolutely dog walk him because he's the future light heavyweight champion. I want to make something exciting, something important to a UFC division, something with a little bit of history in Texas as well. I'm going to say Dominic Reyes comes back to the state where he beat John Jones, and we get Krylov versus Reyes. Exciting matchup, makes sense in the rankings. He was supposed to fight further down the rankings to get Azamat Murzakanov. Shout out to the professional. He didn't do it. He literally got set up by the FBI. Look into it. So now he doesn't have a fight. He's supposed to be fighting down the rankings anyway. Reyes is on a win streak. Boom. Krylov versus Reyes. Big name at light heavyweight Dominic Reyes. That's a good co-main event. Problem solved. I think this is a great light heavyweight fight that nobody's really talking about. Nobody talks about it, lads. And this is the type of fight that I would love to see as the co-main event to a fight. Now, I'm got to be honest, I don't really care about seeing this for 5 rounds. I think as a co-main event complementary to something else, it works way better. All right, dude? Because there's way more chance of, like, either one of them getting a win, like, via decision and not seeing. I'm just going to be real. I just don't want to see Dominic Reyes get KO'd. I think in a 5-rounder, I'm like, fuck, he's going to get chinned at some point. But 3 rounds, we can make this work. We can make this work, all right, dude? So I'm going to say Krylov versus Reyes as the co-main event. And headlining a card in Texas with some banger fights on the undercard. Give us Kamaru Usman versus Joaquin Buckley ASAP, bro. Make this fight, dude. That's why I was going to put this in Florida for Usman. But, you know, I was like, dude, fuck it. Who cares, man? Who gives a fuck, bro? Let's go to Texas, where they always have banger fight nights. They're always like 100% finish rate. Let's put together a sick main event that we all want to see. Kamaru Usman, Joaquin Buckley. And let's just throw in some good fights on the undercard. Boom. These are the type of fight nights we should be getting monthly. Not every, like, 6 months we get a fucking event fight night. No, dude. This should be a monthly occurrence, bro. Half of these guys are not even ranked. I don't feel like I'm asking for too much here to get Adrian Yanez versus Cody Garbrandt and Usman versus Buckley main eventing a card, all right? So that is my Texas card for like April, early April, whatever works best. I feel like that's quite reasonable. Last one we're going to do, the reason that you clicked on this video, we're going to be building a UFC Japan fight night, bro, all right? We're going to be going to Japan, let's say April. Let's say April, May, middle of the year type of deal. Big stadium in Japan, crowded fight night. People are going to be excited about it. You don't really have to stack this card, but at the same time, I feel like you could easily get some big names to agree to go fight in Japan. So I've got a banger main event. I've got a banger co-main event. I've got a sick featured fight, and we got a couple of nobodies, but I feel like they're interesting matchups and they make sense for Japan, all right? First one, we got to throw Rinya Nakamura on here. I know he's like a fake hardcore legend. Like, people claim that Rinya Nakamura is going to be the future bantamweight champion. I'm here to tell you right now that is not happening. But best I can do for this kid, I'll give you Davey Grant in Japan, bro. We'll open up the main card with Rinya Nakamura throwing down with old head Davey Grant. Fuck it, bro. Exciting matchup. There's a local guy involved. The crowd doesn't give a fuck. They're going to be excited. You're going to watch it anyways with the co-main and the main event that I've got. Let's open it up with Rinya Nakamura versus Davey Grant. I feel like that's quite realistic. Like, knowing the UFC, bro, this is the fucking co-main event. Be real with me, dog. If the UFC goes to Japan, this is the fucking co-main event of a fight now, bro. Let's be so for real right now, all right? Another fight that I'm going to throw on the card. This is one where people get mad. I'm going to be real, dude. Kron Gracie has a lot of history in Japan. Whoa, don't get mad. Don't get mad. He literally fought in Ryzen. Come on, dude. Come on. Stay here, bro. Come on. Don't get mad, dude. Kron Gracie is not a elite ranked UFC level fighter. That is a fact, okay? He's a walking punching bag with crazy 99 overall jiu-jitsu. Let's just throw him in there with someone fucking exciting like Morgan Charrier, bro. I'm sure Kron Gracie is like beloved in Japan. And the Gracie name with the legacy of Pride and Ryzen and stuff like that. Fuck it, dude. Let's throw Gracie on the card. He's a meme as well. People will get mad about this. People will tweet about it, bro. So I feel like Kron Gracie is a pretty decent pick to put on a Japan fight night card with a huge crowd there, or like they get a good arena, they put some money into it. This is an easy way to get people interested in this card where you don't have to get some crazy top 5 fighter to be the second fight on the card. Let's do Kron Gracie versus Morgan Charrier. If you don't want to do Charrier, let's do Kron Gracie versus fucking Ryan Hall, bro. Fuck it, dude. That'd be a cool matchup. I just think Kron Gracie does actually fit on a Japan card, low-key. All right, dude? Now that the jabronis are out of the way, even though they make sense more than some of these UFC cards, let's talk about my top 3 fights for this Japan Fight Night card. Featured fight of the card, I wanted to get some craziness. I wanted to get something that would fit in a fucking Pride tournament from 2004. Michel Pereira versus my guy, Rainier Derrida. Holy fuck, imagine this fight, dude. Imagine this fight, man. Imagine the fucking goofiness of this fight. Would you not see this as like a 2004 Pride opening round fight, bro? Come on, man. This is the type of fight that we need in 2025. I'm putting this on my main card of my UFC Japan Fight Night. I think that Michel Pereira and Rainier Derrida are foreign fighters. They make sense traveling overseas. This is an interesting stylistic matchup. It's very memeable. There's likely to be a crazy outcome to it. I think this makes a lot of sense. And it's quite reasonable as well, I would say. For April, he's going to fight Kevin Holland. Either he gets submitted in round 1 by Kevin Holland, or he just smudges him with his wrestling for 3 rounds. I think turning around in April and fighting Michel Pereira, who's going to need a lot of time to recover from the Anthony Hernandez fight, that makes a lot of sense, dude. So let's do Pereira versus RDR as the featured fight. And now for the co-main event. I'm not going to lie, this shit is carrying hard, but I can't put them as the main event. Yuri Proska, Khalil Roundtree, bro. This is literally should be the main event, but it won't be in Japan because obviously we have some other UFC fighters from Japan that are quite highly ranked. But this is a good co-main event in my opinion. I feel like this could easily be the main event. Like, I wouldn't be mad if this was the main event and then we get some other people as the co-main event. But I'm going to put this as the co-main because it's not as likely as the other fight that I've got in the main event. But I could definitely see, first and foremost, Yuri Prohaska built his career in Ryzen. So that's a reason why he's here. He's a fucking anime super fan. Same with Khalil Roundtree. So I feel like both these guys would agree to this fight. And it makes a lot of sense, especially if Yuri Prochazka loses to Jamahal Hill. This is a really good bounce back fight from losing to Jamahal Hill. I think he could beat Khalil Roundtree. I think it'd be an exciting fight. I think people would be super hyped about it, get a lot of attention. The crowd would be fucking crazy for this. Yuri Prochazka would be... I'm very excited for this fight against Khalil. I see him on Instagram doing stimming like with Darius, and let's go for that. I'm excited for this. You know, I think this would be a huge deal. I'm going to put it as the co-main event. Maybe make it 5 rounds. That'd be fucking sweet, dude. 5 rounds, Yuri versus Khalil. That'd be fucking sweet, dude. But when you go to Japan and you're the UFC, dog, you have to do this. I'm sorry. You have to make Tatsuro Taira versus Kaya Sakura right now. You have to do it. You can't book them against Manel Kape. He's booked up. Usag's booked up. Everyone, Royval's booked up. Everyone else is booked. So just say, fuck it. Let's go to Japan. Let's have Tatsuro Taira versus Kaya Sakura. Main event. The winner of this will be getting a title shot. There will be hype around them. This is going to be huge for the area. I feel like it's a no-brainer. Again, if you want to flip it with Yuri and Khalil, I totally understand that, but I know that that probably wouldn't happen with the UFC. But yeah, these are the UFC events that I feel like we need in 2025, and we could make a million more of these, man. We need more of these, but these are just some examples of what I think UFC Fight Nights are capable of being and should be built to be like in 2025. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, man. If you guys enjoyed this video, drop a comment on what your favorite fight is that I made. Like the video if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Go follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Bedtime MMA. If you follow me on Instagram, you will join an elite class of like Charles Johnson, Curtis Blades, some other UFC people have followed me as well on Instagram. So join the fucking, join that group, bro. All right, man. Have a good one, boys. I'll see you in the next video, man. Goodbye.